Fletcher, Francis, and Violet sat down on the living room floor, ready to build the most epic Lego castle ever. Francis and Violet started stacking the Lego blocks high, creating tall towers and winding staircases. Wow, look at that! Fletcher exclaimed. You guys are building so fast. Fletcher tried to stack the Lego blocks, but they kept falling apart. He huffed and puffed, trying to make them stay up. Don't worry, Fletcher, Francis said, patting him on the back. Even the smallest Lego blocks can make a big difference. Violet nodded in agreement. Fletcher took a deep breath and tried again. This time, he was able to stack a Lego block on top of the castle. He cheered with joy, and Francis and Violet clapped for him. Great job, Fletcher, Violet said. Francis added more Lego blocks to the castle, creating a moat and a drawbridge. Fletcher watched in amazement as the castle grew bigger and stronger. I want to be a knight and protect the castle from dragons and giants, Fletcher shouted. He grabbed a toy sword and waved it in the air. I am the bravest knight in the land. Francis and Violet laughed and high-fived. Fletcher, Francis, and Violet were deep in their Lego castle adventure when suddenly they heard a loud roar outside. They looked out the window and saw a big, green dragon flying towards the house. A dragon! Fletcher shouted, his eyes wide with excitement. Francis and Violet quickly grabbed their toy swords and shields. Fletcher, on the other hand, grabbed his toy dragon. We have to protect the castle, Francis said, brandishing his sword. The dragon breathed fire at the Lego castle, but Francis and Violet quickly put it out with a toy hose. Fletcher waved his toy dragon at the big, green dragon, trying to scare it away. Shoo! Go away, dragon! Fletcher shouted. The big, green dragon roared with laughter and flew away. Fletcher, Francis, and Violet cheered with joy, happy that they saved the Lego castle. I knew my toy dragon was the strongest, Fletcher said, beaming with pride. Francis and Violet high-fived each other. They were proud of their little brother for being so brave. We make a great team, Francis said, smiling. Violet nodded in agreement. Fletcher, Francis, and Violet were in the middle of building a new wing for their Lego castle when they heard a loud thump outside. They looked out the window and saw a big, purple giant stomping towards the house. A giant! Fletcher shouted, his eyes wide with excitement. Francis and Violet quickly grabbed their toy cannons and aimed them at the giant. Fletcher, on the other hand, grabbed his toy slingshot. We have to protect the castle, Francis said, loading his cannon. The giant screamed with pain as the toy cannons and slingshot hit its foot. The giant stumbled and fell to the ground, unable to get up. Fletcher, Francis, and Violet cheered with joy, happy that they saved the Lego castle again. I knew my toy slingshot was the most powerful one, Fletcher said, beaming with pride. Francis and Violet high-fived each other. You're getting really good at this, Fletcher, Violet said, smiling. Fletcher grinned, feeling proud of himself. He knew that he was an important part of their team. Let's keep building and see what other adventures we can have, Francis said, reloading his cannon. Fletcher, Francis, and Violet were taking a break from building their Lego castle when they heard a soft voice outside. They looked out the window and saw a little, pink fairy floating towards the house. A fairy! Fletcher shouted, his eyes wide with excitement. The fairy waved her wand and cast a magic spell on the Lego castle. It grew bigger and stronger, with shining lights and sparkling decorations. Fletcher, Francis, and Violet cheered with joy, amazed by the magic spell. Thank you, fairy! Fletcher shouted, waving at her. Fletcher, Francis, and Violet thanked the fairy for her help. I knew magic was real, Fletcher said, beaming with excitement. Francis and Violet laughed. They were happy to see their little brother so excited. We make a great team, Francis said, smiling. Fletcher, Francis, and Violet were exploring a Lego castle when they heard a soft beep outside. They looked out the window and saw a small, yellow robot rolling towards the house. A robot! Fletcher shouted, his eyes wide with excitement.